Hello, friends and fellow passengers on this wild ride we call life. I hope you are well. Welcome to the control center in my musical world. I wanted to give an update on my progress in the Billboard 500 mentorship program. This summer's been pretty rough and stressful for me, but in the end, it turned into something pretty magical. Stick around to the end to hear about a mysterious story that I experienced. So why has the summer been rough and stressful for me? We do writing camps a couple times a month, and in the producer role, those camps get pretty stressful because you have to build a whole track, bring in the artist's vocals, and do all the production and mixing on a fast turnaround. And you know, sometimes when you're working on those things, maybe the song isn't flowing right or other things get in the way. I've been having a hard time finding the sounds and getting things to hit the way I want to hit. Part of that stress includes procrastinating and doubting my skills, and it's not always pleasant, and I've even considered at times about quitting the program. But I think the key when you're working on chasing a dream is that every day you're putting in some contribution, even if it's small. You know, taking those baby steps to make sure you are progressing in some way is super helpful in overcoming those difficult times. In addition to the writing camps, I've also been trying to develop my own artist sound, which I'm still not there, but definitely getting closer. Through that process, I had a one-on-one session with one of our great mentors, Susan Koch. And through that session, I feel like I had a good breakthrough moment. We were dissecting some of my lyrics, and she was pointing out the flaws in how I was writing and demonstrated to me better ways to think about songwriting. When you're writing a song, you want to have a story to tell, and the story needs a beginning, middle, and an end. But when you're writing the structure, if your verses are touching on the what of the story and the how and the why of the story, and then you get to a pre-chorus, and then you have a but, and you go into the chorus with a so, and then you come back to verse 2 with a then, and follow that pattern. When you think of things in that structure, the song just starts to fit together better and make sense throughout. Susan has a real gift for showing you how to take the song on a journey and deliver real impact, and it's always great to listen to her feedback and work with her. Another really great mentor session I had over the past month was in a group session with Wendy Paquette, and this is a session where a bunch of different people from the Billboard 500 Club are brought together on a Zoom session, and we talk about whatever the topic of the day is. Wendy is our mentor for mindset coaching. Wendy's title is Reality Architect and Dimensional Fusional Specialist. What does that mean? Well, she works with people who have big goals and big dreams and puts a focus on one's mindsets, belief systems, and self-perception. So in these group sessions, Wendy will open up the floor for anybody to bring up an issue that they've been struggling with in their lives, and then she starts to dissect that by identifying the belief system or program that is holding the person back. When Wendy identifies a program that's not serving the person, she has the ability to help them turn it off. So during this group session, Wendy opened up the floor. Some of the issues that came up were temptation, self-belief, and seeking approval in others, which were all things that I could relate to in some way. This method might sound a little strange, but bear with me because it's pretty interesting. So Wendy offered to the entire group that if we related to those belief systems, she could help us turn them off. When she's helping somebody turn off a program, she first needs their consent, walks you through a short meditation with some breath work and get you into a relaxed state, and then so she's going to turn off the program. So there was 3. The first couple I didn't really feel anything, but I was feeling very calm and relaxed during the meditation and after. The 3rd program she worked on was about self-belief, and this is one where she started doing the meditation, and like very quickly I felt like I was going into a dreamy sleep sort of state, and then in my mind's eye I saw a rainbow. And this is where things get a bit more mysterious, because right after that she was describing how our energy fields is kind of like a rainbow that goes through us. After that moment, then in my mind's eye, I saw, starting with blue, it kind of went through all the colors of the rainbow and stuck on green for a while, but eventually it faded. And after that meditation, I was definitely feeling much calmer and feeling different. After the group session with Wendy, I started noticing some very interesting things. I felt like my creativity was flowing better. I was noticing odd synchronicities around, like I would have a dream one night and I would dream about a friend that I don't talk to very often, and the next morning he messages me out of the blue. There was a couple interesting coincidences. I tend to look at coincidences like that, or synchronicities, and consider them to be like little signs that are pushing you to go forward. So that was very interesting. And like I said, the creativity was flowing better. We had another writing camp shortly after that, where I worked with Ashley Bear and Chris Dodson on a song, and in that song I was a co-producer and top liner. For anybody who doesn't know, a top liner is somebody who helps the artist write the lyrics and melodies. We worked together on the lyrics and really refined things, and with the previous session I'd done with Susan, that really helped to get a really good story going in the song, and the song came out amazing. Super excited about it, and it will be coming out soon. I was just blown away with the performance that Ashley did on it. It was so good, and Chris's arrangements were excellent as well. It just came out just perfect. So a few weeks earlier, I was feeling stressed and overwhelmed with the program, and now I'm feeling more inspired, more creative, and more excited about moving on with things and honing in on what my artist sound is. When we're trying to achieve big dreams and big goals and things that are difficult, I find that there's always ups and downs. There's roller coasters with it, and sometimes you get stressed out and you doubt yourself and you want to quit. At least I do. I find that just doing something every day to keep pushing through, even when you don't feel like it, it really helps to keep the momentum going. So I guess in conclusion, these mentor sessions the past month have been really good. The artist camps have been really good. All of this reaffirms to me that when you shift your mind and rise above the negative thoughts and feelings, the good stuff starts to flow. What I'm interested from you is your experience with synchronicities, and do you think they're just coincidences, or do you think there's something magical and mysterious behind it? Until next time, stay well, fellow passengers.